everyone. Welcome Marilyn, welcome Gail, welcome Nina, welcome Sandra, welcome Margaret. My name is Kelsey, so happy to have you here today. We are in Bilbao, which is in northern Spain. If you are just tuning in for the first time on Heygo, in terms of using the platform, you can see everyone joining there in the comment section, but that is also where you can leave me comments or thoughts or questions. If I ever don't see your question, feel free to repeat it. Sometimes the comments go pretty fast, so it is hard to get them all sometimes. So feel free to repeat your questions. And in terms of seeing where we are, of course, we are in northern Spain, but you can also check out the location section, which is where you can see exactly where we are in the world. Do let me know where you are tuning in from today, and if you have ever been to Spain before. Oh, someone said, I love your earrings. Thank you very much. And if you have ever been to Bilbao, which is always so much fun to have people go, oh, yes, I was there, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. It looked so different, or it looks exactly the same. So today we are going to explore a little bit of the Basque Country part of Bilbao. Okay, we have hello from Mexico, hello from Massachusetts. Your earrings and glasses look great from Ann Arbor. Thank you, Christine. Good day from California. I saw somebody also saying they were in San Francisco. Wow, you are up early. I used to live in Portland, and that is an early time change or time difference. So I'm so tickled to have you all here today. So now, again, that you have seen me, just a little bit about me. I'm going to slowly turn so that I don't make everyone dizzy. Originally, I'm from Chicago, but my husband and I just moved to Valencia, which is about an hour south of here on the Mediterranean. And I found a flight up to Santander, which is about an hour and a half away on the bus. And it was only $5 and I thought, well, I have to go there. And naturally, I thought, well, I'm going to bring Heygo with me. So that is why we are here today. I do fly back tonight, which is very sad, of course. But I am very tickled to be here. It is a beautiful place, much different than Valencia, I have to say. And we are going to check out some of the main differences today, as well as learn about the Basque culture, because in order to summarize it, people say, I'm not Spanish, I'm Basque, if that helps give you an idea as to the sort of thought of folks here, which is really fun. Margaret says, went to Bilbao from Edinburgh to visit an ex-colleague. And Sarah says, I love your glasses. Oh, thank you, and thank you. Yes, I just got my glasses from this online ordering thing. They were like $50 or something, which in terms of prescription glasses, I thought that was pretty cool. So thank you, Sarah. Much appreciated. All right, so now that you have seen me, you have heard my story. Again, my name is Kelsey, and we are in Bilbao today, which is in northern Spain, and we will be checking out Basque culture, which means we're going to see 3 major sites, including the Guggenheim Museum, which is so super cool. I went there this morning, and it's one of those places where you stare up and you go, whoa. So I hope to bring that all to you as well. Eva says, love your earrings and your glasses. Oh, you guys are so complimentary today. Thank you so much. All right, let's go ahead and flip this around so that you can look at what I am looking at. Okay, let me give you the view. Here we go. So this is one of our cultural centers here. It is a very cool place. It is known for its basically a giant art center, cultural center, performance space, and it was built in 1905. So it is quite old. Someone says, has it started blurred screen? I visited that museum in New York. I did not know you have one too. Has anyone lost audio? So if you cannot hear me, I suppose this is kind of ironic to say, if you cannot hear me, do let me know. You are my eyes and ears to the show. Can some of you hear me? Okay, so we have all good. Would someone mind typing if you can't hear her? Just refresh your screen. I would Mic volume is up and down. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. We have audio loud and clear. All right, thank you so much for all of the reassurance of the audio. As always, you are my eyes and ears, so I do want to make sure that you are hearing and seeing all of the things that I am seeing. We are about to go in this giant stone building, so I might lose you or it might get a little pixelated for just a minute, but then on the side that we are going to, we should have very clear audio and video. So just bear with me for just a second while we go inside. I just wanted to show you the outside of this place because it is so cool. So again, we are at the Azkuna Cultural Center. It was built in 1905 and the cost was 71 million euros. But let's go inside and see what this place is known for, which is very cool. So here are 40, let me just check my connection. All right, looks like we're good so far. I can't talk quite as loudly in here, but this building itself is known for these 43 columns that are all built in different styles, which is so super cool. So this is sort of the atrium of this building right here. And Philip Stark, who was the guy who designed, the guy who designed this, these 43 pillars represent the sort of the different artistic time periods. So, for example, this is Art Deco, and this one over here is a Chinese style. And I'm just going to slowly walk around and show you some of these as I tell you a little bit more about it. So these columns here, I just think these are so cool. These columns here, they symbolize the infinity of cultures and architectures and wars and religions that have crossed our path as humans throughout history. And I am going to go see this very cool blue one, and then I don't know if you can see the red one that has a dragon wrapped around it. It's where that guy is walking with the blue backpack. We are going to go see that one too. I see that you are losing the reception. Okay, it looks like we're back with the reception. Tried coming out and back in, still nothing. Just the chat really disappointed as I have been away. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't hear or see very well, so I see we're losing reception again. I'm gonna walk to a different point here, and hopefully we will get a little bit more. We can see, you still can see and hear. Okay. Oh, good. I'm so glad. I didn't want to skip this. All right. So here is, sometimes you have to tap. Oh, you guys are so helpful. Thank you so much. All right. So again, we are in this beautiful cultural center, which symbolizes all of the different cultures that have been represented by humans throughout history. The guy who designed all of these columns, Peter, to answer your question, his name was Philip Stark, and he designed the whole building here. There is no real order to it. The brick that we're looking at right now, this is to symbolize the medieval time period, and the way that he sold the folks who funded it is that everyone, just like humans have done, everyone can make their own vision for these columns here. All right, I just want to scooch up a little bit. Oh, aren't these cool? So let me pan back here. So this brick one that we're looking at is the medieval style, and then we have the modern style behind it. And then the blue one that we saw, this is della Robbia, which I don't actually know what that means. If anyone knows what time period or what is characterized by this della Robbia, I would be very interested in in this style here. And then we also have more Art Deco here, and the Baroque style here with this really cool, ornate grape wine design. Italian ceramicist. Oh, thank you, Jim. Oh, I love how knowledgeable you all are. And then this one here, which of course is always the main pillar that is shown. This is a Chinese style. There is no head to the dragon or the chicken. Some people go, well, it's just a chicken and there's a decoration, but I think it's a dragon. But very cool nonetheless. The security guard knows that I'm giving a tour. I had asked him if I can do it, and he keeps walking in front of me. Hilarious. Okay, let me just show you 3 more, and then we're going to go out into a little bit more of Bilbao. So here are some more. This one is modern, and this one is the Renaissance. This place is called the Azkuna Cultural Center. And then there's also the rock art style in the back here. And I'm going to go all the way to the front and give you the full view. But this is a very cool design because it's holding up a giant brick building. You can see a little bit of it. We are inside here. Security guard didn't make it on reality TV show he auditioned for. Yeah. I always think that's so hilarious. Some people just really want to be on TV, so, that's cool. All right, so here is just a little bit better picture of all the pillars. I'm sorry for the giant screen that is in the way, but yeah, this is just a little bit better image of all of the pillars for us. And then over here as well. There we go. So again, this building is over 100 years old, which I just think is fascinating. And again, there is no order to the pillars. Everyone can contribute their own vision to these, create their own itinerary, sort of awaken your own ability to invent. All right, let's head outside so we can see the nice brick design of this building, which I really like. All right, again, we are in Bilbao, and we are on the other side of the river today. For those of you who came to my old Bilbao tour yesterday, we are on the side that has sort of the new old Bilbao. So mind you, even though this is, there's the name of this center here, Azkuna Zentroa, which is in Spanish, and this is in the Basque language, which of course is the theme of our tour today, so very exciting. Beautiful brickwork. I know, isn't this cool? All right. Get your screenshots, get your postcards. We are now going to turn around and let's head down this street here. And we're going to go to the main plaza, which then leads us to the Guggenheim. Hello. It says hi. And here is a mirror. Hello, everyone. And that was fun. All right. So here are some of the beautiful buildings that we have in this part of the city. In terms of, I'm just waiting to cross the street. We can still go. There we go. So in terms of the history of the Basque culture, I'm just going to show you all of the buildings as we're passing by, and I'm giving you history because they are much more entertaining than just watching me dodge traffic and small babies in little strollers. So I will just give you all of these. If there's ever a building you go, hey, what's that? Or, I want to see more of, do feel free to type it in the chat. But we're going to walk about 3 blocks here. For those of you who came yesterday, and I said, this place reminds me of a mix of Switzerland with how much money is in this city. And we're actually going to talk about why today also. as well as a mix of the Netherlands, mainly because of these little trees here. And I know this one is a little bit weird, but the ones across the street where my finger is, these are all the same kind of tree. And it's cool. I don't remember the name of it, but it's cool because all of these trees are found in the Netherlands also. And you think Spain, the Netherlands, they don't really have the same weather, but oh, look at all these scooters. Oh, I love that. I love that they can park right on the corner. Isn't that funny? If anyone has ever driven these cute little scooters, or I guess motorcycles, you are braver than I. I would not. I am a little bit too shy for that, but you all have my admiration. We are just waiting to cross the street, so that is why we're standing here. But in terms of how old this city is, Bilbao itself, the first official city starting was in the 1400s. But the Basque culture is itself, which are the people who live here, this is the oldest culture in Europe, self-proclaimed, mind you, but this is considered an original, sort of a native tribe almost. They don't see themselves as a tribe, but they are considered an original culture. I love the buildings. They have almost the same height. Yes, I know, isn't that cool? These are some of the more modern buildings, but we will see some more intricate ones as we walk here. But this side of the Pyrenees had the biggest group of people, and this was the Basque culture itself. The thing that sets them apart was their maritime trade technology. So many of the boats that sailed to America when we first found it. So Columbus and Vespucci and all of the explorers, those boats were either made or designed here in Bilbao. This maritime technology was one of the main things that brought all of the money here, as well as the fact that 1/3 of the iron in Europe were the iron deposits in Europe were here. So all of these Germanic tribes wanted to also come here and sort of get their piece of the pie, if you will. And that is how we ended up having a mix of cultures here. But just to summarize, we're almost there. We got one more block. Just to summarize, the Basque language is still used here. It is an official language, and the interesting part is that it is mainly spoken by young people. Of course, the official language is Spanish, so everyone here speaks Spanish, but the main language that they are taught in school is Basque, and about 54% of young people speak some or are fluent in Basque, which I think is so cool. Here we go. Here's one of our stops. So I'm just going to slowly show you this cool plaza here. In terms of the language itself, it is called Euskera, and it is the oldest language in Europe, or self-proclaimed oldest language, if you will. But that being said, people are very proud of being Basque, and there are many folks who their ancestors ended up in the States or in South America, and people come here to figure out where in Basque Country they are from. And how do they do that, per se? Because the records are either in Basque or non-existent. Basically, when houses were first built here, so the houses up on the hill that we saw a little bit yesterday, and we're going to see some today as well, those houses, it used to be illegal to sell them. you could only keep them in the family. It was not, you were not allowed to move. So much so that your name was carved on the houses. So instead of having addresses, you would just say, the Smiths live here. The Williams live here. Someone says, is there a big difference between Vasquez and Spanish? You cannot understand each other. No, Basque is completely different from Spanish. Thanks. Yes, as Claudia says, Basque is an entirely different language than any other language here. It is not related to Spanish, not related to to French, to Polish, to Portuguese, to any of them. And all right, I think we're gonna run across the street. We're jaywalking. Don't tell anyone. One time when I was in Germany, I had jaywalked when it was super late at night, and this little old lady stopped me, and she goes, "Aber die Kinder, but the children." So like, don't jaywalk even though it was at midnight, which I thought was funny. Okay, so back to our Basque. Basque thought to be from 200 BC. That is true, although we have found burial sites from up to 6,000 years ago. So this is one of the oldest languages and cultures in Europe. This building that we are looking at here, I think is very cool. This is the Chavari Palace. I just want to get you a better view of this. This has been the seat of the civil government since 1943, and we are in the heart of Bilbao's sort of downtown right now, in Plaza Maulla. Here we go. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? I really like all the pointy roofs. I really enjoy that. So this was inspired by Neo-Flemish revivalism. It was built in 1888 for Victor Chavari and his brother, by an architect named Anduzia. This is now, though, one of the seats of the government. And I just want to point out, you see how we see this Basque flag here, and then the Spanish flag here. Get a good look, because this is the only Spanish flag you will see in Bilbao. The only one. So as I was saying earlier, Basque folks say, I am not Spanish, I am Basque. To give you an idea as to how Basque they are, they often root for the team that is playing against the Spanish soccer team or the football team here. They clap when Spain loses. So as my Airbnb host and one of the locals I was chatting with this morning said, he goes, we are not Spanish, we are Basque. There is a huge amount of pride in being Basque, and a lot of the culture and the details in the architecture will reflect that as well. Let me just show you this Plaza Maria. Scots do the same if England is losing. That's hilarious. You guys are so funny. Yes, so in that case, you are aware of this type of, we don't belong, we are just here because we have to. There are 3 regions of France that also is Basque, and has anyone been to the Basque regions of France? I would love to go to them. They're down south, very close to where we are here. But when those areas were adopted by Napoleon, they were adopted much earlier than here. The folks tried to, again, become this autonomous community, and Napoleon said, that's funny. But just a few years ago, they tried to make Basque an official language of that part of France, like it is here in this part of Spain. And Macron said, nope, which was sort of from what I understand, I don't know too much about it, but from what I understand, sort of everyone was pretty upset about it, but they all kind of rolled their eyes and said, "How surprising!" Right? Someone said, "What is the big tube?" So that is the underground, the subway system, the underground, and it was voted. This city was voted one of the best cities for public transportation. It was actually voted the best city for public transportation in 1996, but one of the best cities in Europe as of right now. All right, we are just waiting to cross the street here. I just want to show you all of the pretty buildings, and then we're going to go head over here. Okay, here we go. So again, we are in Plaza Maia. We are now headed over to the Guggenheim Museum, which is, I don't know if any of you have been to the Guggenheim. Yes, there is one in New York. This is a different one. And we are going to check out 3 of the coolest parts about it. Okay. There are very few rules here in this roundabout. So it does get a little dicey. Okay, here we go. There we go. If anyone wants to see what the Basque language looks like, up here is Spanish and the second line is Basque. That says the same thing, but in Spanish versus Basque. What are all the are all the signs written in 2 languages? Simon asks. Yes, they are. The majority of them are. The Basque, this part of Basque Country is trying to revitalize the language, which included the putting the language of Basque in all of the schools, as well as all of the signs in both languages here, which is very cool. All right, we've got about 2 blocks to go, so let me tell you just a little bit more about Basque Country and sort of where we are going. So this is the one of the main streets here in Bilbao. It's like New Brunswick and Canada. We are officially bilingual. Exactly. Yes. So they are officially bilingual here. But in terms of the Constitution, when the kings and the Castilians showed up, they said, "Well, we are." I'm speaking quietly because this is actually a touchy subject still. They showed up and they said, "We own you now." And the Basque people said, "No, you don't." And they said, "Well, yes, we do. We have guns and we will hurt you if you don't agree." And they said, "Well, fine, but we're upset about it." So when all these Germanic tribes showed up in the late 1800s to sort of take their piece of the pie, if you will, the folks who were here, they said, "Well, we're not going to help protect this area unless we get something from it." And the king said, "Okay, what do you want?" And they said, "We want to have our own constitution. We want the ability to collect all of our own taxes and keep it in the country, or in this part of the country." Someone says, "What are those weird trees?" Exactly. These are the trees that are quite popular in this area. I don't know the name of it, but I do know that I have never seen these anywhere before. Great question. So they said, "We will help defend this part of Basque Country to keep it a part of Spain," even though they were mad about it. And they said, only if we can keep our taxes here. And finally, the king said, okay, fine, you don't get autonomy, but you do get to keep your taxes. So all the taxes collected here stay here, which is still in the Constitution. All the money that is here still stays here. Someone says, sounds like politicians. So only one person wearing a mask. Looks like, yes, just a little bit about the COVID situation here. Most people do wear masks inside. I believe it is still, I don't want to say it's recommended, but I think it's still a mandate. But people, some of them do not follow it, but they do have excellent health care here. So COVID is slowly becoming less of a pandemic and more of something they are trying to deal with. Mind you, I am also wearing a mask, not right now, but in buildings I will also be wearing masks because I need to stay healthy to give you all these tours. I've got about 25 tours coming up and I can't be coughing. Interesting architecture. Where's the dinosaur exhibit? I saw the banner on it. It is fairly close to here. There is a very cool dinosaur exhibit here. Good call, Penny. Norman, thank you so much for your tips. Greatly appreciated. Oh, I better hurry. I've been talking too much. We're almost out of time. Are you downtown? Sarah says, yes, I am. So we are just getting to the estuary of Bilbao, which is the big river that runs through here. It's a tidal river. And it goes right over, or we're going to head to the bridge that goes right over the water where we can then see the Guggenheim. Here we go. Oh, thank you for your tips, Jim. Greatly appreciated. Okay, sorry if I'm huffing and puffing. The Guggenheim, I'm just going to start telling you a little bit about it so that when we get there, I can tell you more of the specifics of what we see. We're about 1 block away. You can actually see the tip in the very, very background there. The Guggenheim Museum is a modern and contemporary art museum designed by a Canadian-American architect named Frank Gehry. And again, we are in Basque Country, so all of the taxes that are collected from the Guggenheim stay in Basque Country. So that is another reason why we can have such beautiful architecture here. If anyone wants to see a big white van, all right, there we go. So the Guggenheim was inaugurated in 1997, and it had 250 contemporary works of art. Someone says, my daughter's just going to COVID. Oh, I hope she's okay. Click on more, Harrison. I'm trying to tip on the iPhone. There's no option. I need to use a web browser. Oh, great question. So if you are on an iPhone, you do need to use the web browser. If you are for tipping, if you're on an Android or a desktop, you can do it directly from there. But yes, you unfortunately do need to go through your desktop if you are on an iPhone. All right, so we are looking at just a little bit of the Guggenheim, and I'm just waiting to cross the street. The Guggenheim, it was a massive, massive undertaking, and we had 315,000 visitors in 2020, which was down 73% because of COVID. So quite the downturn. We are just going to head onto this beautiful bridge right here so that we can see the whole Guggenheim, which is going to be very cool. There we go. Someone says, how much are tickets to the museum? From what I understand, they start at 16 euros and then they go up from there depending on how much of it you would like to see. This building, though, was constructed on time and budget, which is sort of rare for this type of architecture. But it has these very cool titanium plates on it, and it has 30. Oh, we can cross finally. It has 33,000 titanium plates. So we're gonna head over onto this bridge so we can see it. Oh, I'm so excited. I was over here this morning and I was chatting with the people inside and they said, absolutely not, you cannot give a tour inside. But then I was reading all kinds of reviews and people who have actually gone inside and they said there is no reason to go inside unless you are a huge art fan. In terms of the building and seeing the coolest part, what we see on the outside is the best part. If that helps you feel any better about the situation. Okay, here we go. I'm just going up some stairs here. It is a little bit cooler here today, so you'll see people with jackets on. This is just part of the Guggenheim. We're going to just head up to where the red part of this bridge is, and then I will show you the whole building, which is so very cool. So there are 10 galleries here, and again 33,000 titanium plates. And when you are inside, the majority of these plates are not the plates, but the areas are see-through. And the windows, I'm going to show you one of the windows. Although it looks like it'd be very dark, it's actually very bright inside. The windows that we see here have been treated for UV rays, so it protects all of the modern art and the paintings that are inside. Here we go. Here's more of the beautiful windows, and here we go. Oh, okay. So this again is the estuary of Bilbao. Oh, and I finally get to walk a little slower. That's nice. So this is the estuary of Bilbao, and this over here is old Bilbao. These buildings, of course, are new, but we're in Old Town, rather. We are in Old Bilbao, and what we're looking at is Old Town. Beautiful structures. Wow, stunning. How are you? Oh, out of breath and a little sweaty, but that's what I signed up for. Okay, let me give you the good view of the Bilbao Museum itself, and then we're going to talk about the spider, and then head over to see the puppy. Here we go. There we go. Oh, isn't this cool? So there we go. Oh, yes. Okay. This is what I wanted to get to. All the huffing and puffing, I hope it was worth it. So the name of this building, other than, of course, the Guggenheim, people call it Like Beauty in Flames. And I'll show you the little sign right here. It even says Like Beauty in Flames. Here we go. So this, when it opened in 1997, it was immediately hailed one of the world's most spectacular buildings of the 20th century. It was called the greatest building of our time. It was called a fantastic dream ship, and an astonishing feat of architecture. But as all good things are, it was highly criticized. People did not like how it transformed the city. They thought that they would rather have their old sort of local culture here rather than have it become a giant tourist destination. In terms of how touristy it is, 60% of the jobs here are service industry based. So it is a large tourism industry that we have here. And in terms of the inside, the critics have called it sort of the space is too vast. They said it's too big. The beautiful paintings by Picasso, by all of the painters that are displayed, they are sort of outshined by the building, which of course definitely should not happen. They said the painting should be the main focus of this, and it just looks absurd. Is the word that they use, which is a little bit sad. But alas, this spider down here. There we go. So this was created by a painter, but also a sculptor. Her name was Louise Bourgeois, and she was known for leading these avant-garde movements of the 20th century. And this is a personal work for her. Many of her paintings and her other sculptures all have spiders in them. And this is 27 feet tall, or 9 meters tall, and it is one of the most ambitious of her artwork that she has done. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about it, but I do want to start walking toward the puppies. So do get your postcards of the building, as we are going to leave here very shortly, as I'm slightly over time. Okay. All right. Here we go. Let's just focus on the spider again. The spider has appeared in many of her drawings and her artwork since the 1940s, but it is a tribute to her mother, and they're highly contradictory in terms of maternity. So here, let's go back to this. I'm walking backwards now. So in terms of maternity, it's a very contradictory thing. It's both predatory she's a predator and a protector, and her silk is used for cocoons and to bind the prey, which of course is very, very sad, but it's part of the animal kingdom, I guess. But that is what she is trying to imply here, with also the spider being such a feared giant creature in this statue, but also having these tiny, dainty little legs that don't really make sense of how they are standing. Oh, thank you so much for your tips, everyone. Oh, greatly appreciated. Yeah, she is. The spider is one of the main things to see here. And yes, maman is the title, so mother in French. Maman, or mother. Sorry, but who built the Guggenheim? Frank Gehry built the Guggenheim. He was the one who was told to build something daring and modern and adventurous. So that is what he tried to do. But I do love these buildings here. I'm just going to show you these as we're. Oh, thank you, Sil. I just want to show you these as we get to our last section. So if you have any other questions, comments, thoughts, or questions, comments, or thoughts, do leave them now so that I can get to I can answer your questions. But we are headed now to our very last section, which is the puppy. Oh, I do see some comments. He was born in Toronto, now lives in the States. Thank you, David. What kind of material on the cover of the building? It is titanium, is the blue part of it. You know, these are office buildings here, but they are connected to the Guggenheim. So, yes, but there's nothing to see in them, but it is technically part of the Guggenheim. We have Frank Gehry in Chicago at the Park by Lake Michigan. Yes! Very cool. Oh, I love Chicago. All right, we are now by what is called Puppy. Not the puppy, but just Puppy. And this was built by Jeff Koons. Trying to find the best view here. I'm actually so excited that we came at this time when I was here all this morning. The puppy was being pruned. People were up on scaffolding and ladders pruning the flowers of the puppy, which I think is hilarious. This puppy has a very cool story. Jeff Koons, he rose to prominence in the 1980s, and he was part of this generation of artists who talked about the meaning of art in our media saturated era, I guess. And this puppy itself, I'm just going to get a little bit closer and then I'll back up again. The puppy itself was created to communicate with the masses. He wanted to test the boundaries between popular culture and elite culture. So the flowers on here represent the old elite English gardens, and then of course mixed with the fact that it is a giant puppy and a very modern sculpture. This was part of his test, or his combination between the elite and the popular culture. Gary's about to start a major project in Toronto. Ooh, that's cool, Pauline. I'll have to look into that a little bit more. Here we go. So this both talks about or represents the past and the present. Thank you, Denise, for your tips. Greatly appreciated. This talks about the past, the present, and the flower and the puppy itself. The flowers and the puppy itself are all a monument to the sentimental. It is large. It is imposing, but and it's seemingly out of control. But as I talked about from this morning, I was talking about how it was constantly being pruned and shaped. I wish I could get it a little bit brighter. Here we go, because it is very bright from what I am seeing. But the puppy itself is supposed to convey confidence and security, being this giant puppy, and to produce awe and joy and all of the characteristics of modern art. In terms of how good the view we had before, this is the front of the building, which is still cool, but I think the view that we had on the bridge was way cooler. We could do with something new and exciting here in Toronto. That's funny, Rose. Are the flowers changed with changing seasons? Yes, they are. They are. They're pruned every other day, and they are. There are quite a few birds nesting in here, which I don't know if the bird's going to come back out, but I think that is very funny. It is lit up at night, and the flowers are changed as soon as they sort of die out for the season. Gary has many cool buildings in the Boston area, like something out of Dr. Seuss' book. Yes, exactly. I cannot imagine the botanical maintenance. Oh, isn't that the truth? Oh, Cynthia, great idea. Let me rotate the camera for you. All right, we're going to change positions. 3, 2, 1. Okay, there we go. There's the puppy. Oh, good idea, Cynthia. Isn't this cool? So yes, this is by Jeff Koons. Do take your screenshots or your postcards. Oh. Today I was taking my cool Insta pictures, and there was a little old man that started posing with me. He saw that I had my tripod out, and he came, and not in a creepy way, but he came and posed right next to me, and I thought, okay, well, that's fun. All right, we're going to go back. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so now that we are coming to a close of our Basque Country tour, I will give you the view of the puppy as I say goodbye. Thank you all so much for coming to my tours the past few days. 2 days ago, we were in Santander, yesterday. We were also in Bilbao, but at a different part. We were in Old Town, and today we are in Old Bilbao, so two different areas. Um, Gave that photo good scale. What's the name of the online prescription? For the glasses, you can get them from Zenni, or if you just Google online glasses, online prescription glasses. There are about 20 different sites at this point, and I only got these were from Vogue Me, like Vogue, but with two zeros or with two O's, like O for two I's. I got those because it was free shipping to Spain. But I used to get Zenni all the time, and there's also Glasses USA, I believe. But I think Zenni is the cheapest one that has like wacky ones like this. I also have a very wide face, so so there are quite a few options. But these were the coolest ones that I could find. I did have some other cool ones though, and I'll bring those to my next tour because I have to be the cool, funky glasses lady. Thank you all so much for your tips. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Fiona. Thank you, Sophie. Thank you, Adrian. Wow, you guys are so nice to me today. Someone asked, where is your next tour? So tomorrow, well, actually this evening, I am headed back to Valencia, which is, of course, where I'm living right now with my husband and our two very angry cats that never think they have enough food. They're very fat, by the way. They are not starved by any means. So I'm headed back to Valencia tonight. Oh, thank you, MC, for posting my link. That is also where you can do tips if you are on an iPhone. Also, I greatly appreciate follows. I greatly appreciate reviews. All of those are wonderful in my book. Can you get between Valencia and Bilbao quickly on public transport? Well, you can. There is a train, but my flight here was only €5 or $5 rather, and my flight back is 11. So I would recommend flying, especially with Ryanair. I know it's sort of like Spirit Airlines where you can basically just bring the clothes on your back, but I've got a big backpack, and it does fit within the dimensions. But if you're just staying for a few days, it doesn't seem necessary to bring a huge thing. So that is how I got back and forth. Oh, I have so many questions or comments. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm going to scroll back. Thank you, Kelsey, for a nice tour. We'll visit one day. Oh, I hope you do, Julie. It's beautiful here. Definitely the difference between Andalusia, which is absolutely beautiful in the south of Spain, versus up here is, to me, it's mind blowing. I'm headed to Andalusia in May. So do keep an eye out. Yes, so tomorrow, in terms of those folks who are asking for my next tour, tomorrow is Old Town Valencia, which this is the second time I'm giving this tour. So if you have seen it before, you're welcome to come again. But if you haven't seen it, it is a very cool tour. We see two of the Old Town city gates, which is fun. And the old silk factory, which to me, I know I'm biased, but to me, I really think it is a very cool place to see. Objectively, it is a very cool place to see. And then next week on May 7th, 8th, and 9th, my husband and I are taking a mini honeymoon to Malta. We just got married in July, and we've been together 8 years, but now we finally got married, and then we moved over here. And now we finally get to take a honeymoon, which is so exciting. But I am going to bring you all with me for that, for those 3 days that we're there to show you a little bit of Malta, which is one of the most beautiful places that I have seen. So I'm excited to show all of you. And then that following weekend, from the 13th, 14th, and 15th, I'm headed down to Andalusia to see the Patio Flower Festival in Cordoba. If you haven't seen it, OMG, Google it. It looks amazing. So I can't wait to show all of you. Okay, thank you for the very nice tour. Great tour. Thanks, Kelsey. Nice tour. Thanks for the tour. Enjoyable. Thank you. Wonderful tour. Oh, thank you, everyone. That's so nice. Follow. Oh, thank you for following me. Yes, do follow me. I already booked your next tour. Oh, thank you, Sarah. Where else? Fabulous tour. Muchas gracias. Oh, thank you all for all of your tips. Oh, that is so nice. booked for all of your tours. Oh, thank you, Rose. Hi, Richard. That's cool that you all know each other. Congratulations, congratulations, congrats, congrats. Oh, thank you. I think my husband is on here too, so he always is my sort of tech guy, and we both appreciate all of the thank yous or all of the congratulations. So thank you for those. Lucky husband. Oh, thank you, Joe. Great museum tour, Kelsey, and thank you for all the follows. Thank you, Pauline, for your tips. Greatly appreciated. So, all right, that is my last bit of the tour here for you today. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. It is. I'm trying to give you the good view here. There we go. So yes, do feel free to follow me, review. For those of you who hit the tip button, thank you ever so much. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. It'll be, I believe it is at 6 o'clock your local time, but do check because I can't remember if I made it a little bit earlier or not. But yes, tomorrow we are headed to Old Town Valencia, which is my current sort of home or residence. So thank you for coming to Bilbao. Oh, 5:30. Thank you, Jim. Very helpful. And thank you for coming to my tour today. Thank you for coming to Basque Country with me. I look forward to seeing all of you there. Thank you, NC, for posting that. Greatly appreciated. All right. It'll be 12 p.m. Eastern time or 12 p.m. in Toronto. Oh, is that 12 or is it 11:30? I can't remember the time difference, but it'll tell you on your specific browser when you click on it. So, all right, thank you, everyone. I will see you next time, and I'll even have some different cool glasses for all of you to to gawk at. So, my favorite thing, of course. All right, bye, Joe. Bye, NC. Bye, Pauline. Bye. All right, see you all next time. Thank you. See you soon.